Without further ado, I'd like to open up this session to questions. Anjum? There's a mic coming your way.
Hello. Hi, Chetan. I must be the only person in this room with your book besides you.
Okay.
I read it last week, so I thought I must get along to get it signed by you. Firstly, I'm from management school, so it beamed me back to those days. And I read it all night. I read it from 10 to 3 in the morning. Made me laugh and made me cry after a long time, a book. 2 questions. One is, I bought it, I was sick, I was down with fever, and I was buying medicines, and it was there, so well distributed. And $95, I thought it was a fake copy. You know, so did you do some research on price elasticity in India? I would have paid more for this.
I mean, the only research is if it's cheaper, people like it. I mean, there's not that much insight involved, actually.
No, it took me a second to buy it, but you know,
Yeah.
I usually don't buy fake stuff. So I actually checked twice whether it's original. So when I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, the low pricing is something, I mean, I shouldn't take all credit for it. My publisher has a big part to play in this. And it was started in 2004. I think what's remarkable is we've kept the price the same, whereas, you know, like a lot of input costs, like paper, for example, the commodity prices have gone up a lot and paper moves with that. So, I don't know, nobody's selling the book at a loss. We are,
no, I'm sure you're making.
we are not
lots of
losing money on it.
Yeah, sure.
It just tells you how overpriced the other publishers are. And because we are okay. I mean, you know, we could make more money. Yes, I could make more money. Today, there is a branding. You know, if Chetan's new book is coming, people will take. But, you know, for you, the price is low because you are in a big city. But in smaller towns, it's still a decent amount. You know, 95 rupees is not a small amount.
Yes.
And I would be more heartbroken if a young kid cannot buy the book versus, you know, a few extra rupees in my bank account, which doesn't, I mean, I'm probably going to leave it for my kid's wife anyway. So, so it just is a thing. We want people to read, and it's just, that's what drives the publisher, that's what drives me. That's what I have found, that makes me happiest. But, you know, if you like the price, then buy one more and give it some.
One corollary question. One corollary question.
Yeah.
Can I? Like I said, this was so sort of nostalgic, and I've just read your first book and I've read this one. I haven't read the ones in between, and this is clearly autobiographical, and most of your books, I believe, are. So, and now I believe you've just quit a full-time banking career to become a writer. What happens when autobiography dries up? What happens to a writer like you?
The second, well, firstly, it's like I said, it's not, technically it's fiction, okay?
Okay.
Because I live with these people.
Fiction, okay.
And I can't, you know, you can't do this to me.
Yeah.
Because already my books are not very expensive, so I have to count on them to support me. So, but, you know, my second and third books were not autobiographical.
I haven't read them. Okay.
So, I consciously didn't do an autobiographical book the second time and even the third time. And then I became confident that I can go back to my own. And of course, these are the most endearing ones. People like them because they are, whenever it's, you know, kind of related to your life, people relate to them a little more. But I'm quite confident that I can do. And plus, I keep making mistakes in life. So
all best wishes.
There is like, you know, like I'm a house husband now. You don't know the stigma that comes in India with that. That's a book. For sure.
Oh, that's a book for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
when your mother-in-law, you know, sits with you at the breakfast table and says, so what are you going to do today? I say, actually, I'm just going to think about my next book. Think. Yeah, that's job. So it's kind of difficult, you know. So there is enough in my life
Chetan, all
to
best
entertain
wishes.
you guys.
Thank you.
Lady at the back.
Please say, mention your name and what you do, just for me.
Hi Chetan, I'm Anupma. I'm from Bombay. I'm teaching teachers and students. I just wanted to know, Master and Miss Chetan are ultimately going to be monolinguists, or they're going to know Tamil also and Punjabi also? And do you know the meaning of Ennaka Tamil Teriya?
Illa.
Illa? Okay.
Chinna chinna.
It means mujhe Tamil nahi aati hai.
utna that much I know. I know some Tamil, but I pretend in the house that I don't know, so that I can understand all the intelligence they have. Sometimes they're talking about me. Look at him, he will not agree now. Like, I know those phrases. He's very stubborn, don't push him. Like, I know they're saying that about me, and then say, yeah, we can do that. And yeah.
और उन्होंने पंजाबी समझ आती है?
Punjabi te aati hai, हाँ. Okay. Acha. But yeah.
What about Master and Miss Bhagat? You go to Master and Miss Bhagat. Your kids.
My kids, I mean, you know, I am very keen that they are community neutral, because I think communities have created more problems in India than anything else.
Language.
And I want them to be Indian, and they are in Bombay right now, so they speak this strange Hindi and English, which is fine. And you know, but my wife is very keen. Like, Tamilians don't, they're very proud of their culture. I mean, they are like, even if there's 2% Tamil DNA, they want the person to speak Tamil. So, and in our case, there's hopefully 50%. So she's very keen, and so she tries to teach them, and you know, I'm okay with it. But I personally would be just fine if they speak English and they speak the local language where they grow up. It's fine.
You saw how many hands went up when you asked how many people are in this room from Chennai. So
Yeah.
you stand a great risk of being lynched at the end of this evening.
No,
Anyway.
I have, you read the book. I mean, people have really, I think it's the only book which brings out modern Chennai. You know, the South India is too exoticized, and it's only about the villages. Even in the Mani Ratnam films, she shows more the interiors. To show a modern Chennai and how Tamilians think, I think my biggest satisfaction is that the Tamilians have said, you've really captured it, how Tamilians are. And I think I have, because I live with them every day. So, and it's all come out.
Don't push that, Chetan. Don't push that this evening. Any more questions? One last question.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm in the University of Delhi, and we have an English proficiency course for our students who want to improve their English. Actually, you described that state of E2, E1 very well. I'm going to really use it, because we are trying to push them up from E2 to E1. And these are students who will do anything to be able to speak. They don't realize they also want to read better, they should write better, and so on. But then they want to be able to speak. And when we run these courses, 100-hour courses, when they start speaking, they know that they all have it in them, but it was that push that they required. That's the way you described it. I was thinking how to get them to read on their own. I haven't, to be very frank, I haven't tried to ask them to read Chetan Bhagat at all, because to be very frank, I only read 5 point someone, and I didn't like it. But I'm going to try.
Oh, it's the drinks are working, huh?
I haven't had much.
Okay. Good.
I'm going to read this one and see if I can sell it to my students, because I do want to start reading and get a kick out of reading, which I know about, and I don't know how to convey it to them. But what I want to ask you is, when did you realize that this can be for students who will start reading and so on? Did you write it for them, or it just happened? When did your passion for helping those people start? It
And
just happened.
you're an English professor?
I am.
Yeah. So see, firstly, I mean, these books are not for English professors. So
No,
I'm just trying to
made
tell
a
you.
comment.
No. See, people will consume, especially book, film, even a newspaper to a certain extent. People are going to consume English products if they enjoy them. If you give them as homework, or if you give them as a task or like a medicine they have to have, it's never going to work. People are buying my books on their own. I'm not prescribing them. They're not parts of course material. They enjoy them. They get enjoyment, and the English learning happens. You know, the confidence that comes by, I cannot tell you, I mean, you're a literature, students are different, but, and you're saying there's a problem even with literature students in their English, but a